So today I'm going to show you the fastest, easiest way that we light a fire here in our house. My name is David Gilmore and I'm known as LDS Prepper, and to watch over 600 videos on how to prepare for what's coming, go to ldsprepper.com. So what I typically do, and by the way, I did make a video, and I'll link down below, on how to build a smokeless fire. It was a very popular video, so make sure that you take a look at that video. I've got some soft wood here. You can tell because of the color of the wood is white. So I've got some soft wood, and I've got some kindling here. And I also have another video, now that I think of it, of how to cut kindling and do it safely and easily. So I usually put about 6 or so, 8 pieces, probably about 8 pieces of this split soft wood into the fireplace. Then this is the secret sauce right here. This is #1 diesel. Now we were using kerosene. Over here you can see a kerosene container that has #1 diesel in it. And I had a friend come to me after I made the video on how to start a smokeless fire. And he said, hey, you should use this fire starter method from back in the 1900s. And so after about a year, I decided to buy one of those items, and it's called a Cape Cod fire starter. It was about $100 and some odd, and I used it, and in the instructions it says it will light without kindling. Okay, that's great. So I tried that. It did not light without kindling. But basically what you do is you take kerosene and the soft soapstone. The soapstone is on a shaft, and it soaks in the kerosene, absorbs the kerosene. You stick that inside of here, you light it, and then after about 10 minutes or so you pull it out. Well, the problem was that of course the handle had to stick out. So that means we couldn't close the door all the way, had to manipulate it to make it fit. It probably works well in an open hearth type situation, but not in a wood burning stove. So kerosene is very expensive. It's at least twice as much as gasoline is. And so I did some research and found out that #1 diesel is basically unrefined kerosene, or kerosene is refined diesel. So I went and looked at diesel prices. Diesel was actually about half the price of kerosene. So after we emptied a 2.5 gallon container of kerosene that we had bought at Home Depot, I went down to the gas station and for half the price filled it back up with #1 diesel. Red coloring in it because it's not taxable, because it's not being used on the road. So since I'm not using on the road, I'm not paying road tax, and I'm using it here to light my fire. But I have a little container here. I just happened to mark what I was using on it, and I just measured it this morning for the video, and I'm using about 1/3 of a cup of kerosene or diesel. Now, as you saw, I just put in the quarter cut pieces of wood, then I put in about 8 pieces of kindling. Then I just poured that on top of the kindling, and then I'm just going to put my regular firewood on here. I should have just showed you without talking because it would have gone a lot faster. Then I get my lighter, and I'm just lighting the kerosene, the diesel, and there we go. Done. And that does everything that the Cape Cod fire starter does without all the problems with Cape Cod fire starter. I use wood as the base because this is going to burn down and it's going to catch that wood on fire. I use some kindling, and then I found by putting wood on top of the kindling, it magnifies that heat and helps it burn faster. This goes over out of the way, and there we go. In about 10 minutes I'll come. Once this has got a good burn on it, I'll come in and just close this door all the way. You'll see the difference when I close the door versus when I have the door cracked open. It's a lot more air going in there. We heat our house with wood 95% of the time. It's the most efficient, most affordable way that I know to heat my house, where I can store the fuel on site. And so I would encourage you to do the same if you need to heat your house. I installed this myself, and it works great for us. This is a Englander stove. It's a little 15-inch stove here. and you can get different sizes, and we have a full-size one downstairs in the basement. So if you're going to be heating your house with wood, I would encourage you, if you're looking for a fast, easy way to get a fire started that's safe. You notice there was no explosion because diesel doesn't light like gasoline does, and neither does kerosene. Both of them light very well, diesel and kerosene, with a match without that big puff. You can see I wiped my finger on this dirt here because I was going to do another video here on how to clean the glass easily, but it wasn't quite dirty enough, so I'm going to let it get dirty. So make sure you stay tuned to watch more videos on how to be prepared for what's coming. Use the links down below this video to watch how to cut kindling quickly and safely, and how to light a smokeless wood-burning stove fire. This is David Gilmore, known as LDS Prepper, reminding you, if you are prepared and want to light a fire easily, quickly, do so by following these instructions, and you shall not fear.